Welcome to this special episode of the Webcomic Relief. Because of certain circumstances...
I got a fish, would you like to make a wish? I got a fish, would you like to make a wish? I got a fish!
I have more or less been forced to review all of his comics. And what better way is there to do this than simply read it all and let you join with me and share the pain. In case you didn't get what was happening in the first volume of Sonichu, here's a quick recap. Okay. Jeez. What happened was, Sonic bumped into a Pikachu, and thus the Pikachu got all his powers, and thus became Sonichu. And a few pages later, Sonichu met Rosechu, a female Raichu. What? You mean you can't tell? I jumped over this because it was boring as hell. But apparently Rosechu was captured by a Zapdos and Riiser HC escaped on this Pokemon. Hey, you can't blame me for not knowing what Pokemon it is. I grew up with the old school Pokemon. The story begins with a quick recap of just what the hell went on in the first book and explains that the Zapdos took a sample of Sonichu's DNA, which they'll then use to create a Sonichu clone. In the lab we see a scientist accidentally spilling his cherry coke into the sample and then follows up with, oh well. Oh well? Oh well? You fucking ruined the sample by spilling cherry coke into it! What kind of shitty ass scientist are you?
Now let me bring you up to speed. We know nothing. You are now up to speed.
The clone takes form and Riiser HC takes a look at their creation and says, maybe it's the liquid, but this Sonichu looks black to me. The liquid is green. Bright green. How would that make anything black? I wonder how he sees Flubber if green is black to him. Ew. So, Blachu, as he's called, gets out of the chamber and is explained that he is evil, he'll obey Team Rocket, and that his mission is to defeat Sonichu. And Blachu then asks if he's a clone, doesn't that make him Sonichu's son? What's with this comic and its absurd obsession with fathers? Even Giovanni lets him know that that's not the fact, and instead a better term would be brothers. Dr. Robotnik, yes, he's also in this comic, comes to Giovanni with some information that he found online. Technology! We then get a small training montage for Blachu, or at least that's what it's called, but to me it more or less seems like they're testing rather than training. Also, I had to chuckle when I saw the result for the strength test. Destroyed 20 tons. 20 tons of what? It's impressive if it's metal, but not as much if it's feathers, now is it? They then get the results from the training, and again I wonder why they don't call it testing, seeing that would make more sense if they're sharing results. And this small diagram is what they've come up with. Dave, you might wanna lay off on the Fallout games. We are then treated to this map, and get used to this map because Christian thinks it's the best thing ever and just throws it at us repeatedly. Also, what the fuck is that? Pallet Town? Professor Oak? And up here is Kvikville? I don't recall ever running into that city when playing Pokemon. I wonder what element that Pokemon trainer there would use. We cut to Sonichu and Rosechu laying in a field of flowers. This is nice. The sapbuds, the sky, the clouds, and you, Sonichu. And I couldn't enjoy this without you either, Rosie. Oh. So Blachu hides in a bush, and I'm sure no one will notice that one bush with the tail poking out of. Blachu kidnaps Rosechu and Sonichu hooked up with Sonic to save her and... what the f... commercial? Charming. Then we see Rosechu kidnapped and Robotnik explaining his evil master plan and ends it off with a song? Why? And Christian even breaks the fourth wall saying it's the stupidest thing he has ever drawn. If it's the entire comic, at least he's being honest. If it's just a dancing Robotnik, he's being delusional. And why the hell is Sonichu hanging there in strings? And props for the grammar error here. I idol Sonic, I hate Eggman. I take it you mean idolize. And that's not even half as stupid as what happens on the next page where Sonichu and Sonic arrive at the gym. How they found out it was there Rosechu was being held is anyone's guess. Outside the door they find a medallion with Robotnik's face on. So Sonic puts 2 and 2 together and says that Sonichu should lead on and he'll back him up if there's a trap. But then, just an inch down on the page, he clearly admits that he knows Robotnik will have a trap in store. What a dick! There's another fight scene, but with this art, what's going on is pretty much everyone's guess. I had someone tell me that I couldn't bash on the art just because it wasn't on par with Jack Kirby or Akira Toriyama. But allow me to show you how webcomic artists can draw and who are not multi-billionaire comic artists or writers. Now that I've gotten that out of my system, Sonichu is trapped and it's up to Sonic to save the day, but first has to pass Metal Sonichu. Due to an unbelievably stupid robot, he manages to set Sonichu free and then this happens. And, should I be watching this? Is this fit for this page? So yeah, Sonichu somehow shoots Sonic into the Metal Sonichu, which flies out of the building, up a slope, and into the fucking moon. Someone's been watching a little too much Dragon Ball.
And you know what? Let's top this off. Right now. No shit. We're going to bring up just for that imposter that has worn the brown sweat all this time.
Anyway, Sonichu saves Rosechu, who immediately walks over and punches Blatchu's teeth in. What's he been doing all this time? Been in shock and awe? And that's the ending. Wait, what? Yeah, that's the ending. That's how this volume ends. How'd they get out? What did they do to the bad guys? Did Blatchu slap a bitch? Did Sonic and Sonichu part ways? What? You know what? I don't care. Because I'm just getting warmed up for the next issue where Sonichu is quickly thrown into the bin and instead all around this guy.
I got a little Chandler within me.
Yeah. See you guys at the next webcomic relief. Take care.